Woo! Hello, everybody. It's me. It's good to see me, isn't it? It's good to see all of you. I want to say hello to Shergal, Solo Spirit 4212, Silver her 7241. I don't know why I'm saying the numbers. No one ever uses the numbers. That blasted Semiflange, Kathy Millet, Mon Capitan, Australia. I can't do an Australian accent because Ben doesn't allow me to. As a reminder, I'm not an employee. I just come here and he lets me. Cujo, K911. It's so good to see everyone here. I'm John on behalf of Second Dynasty because Ben is on semester, our holiday, our vacation, whatever you want to call it. It's not even a real one because he still came in during this week. But next week, hopefully, he'll be gone for most of the week and just can relax. But that doesn't mean that we're not doing anything. You might be noticing the strange, ominous in the background. What is that? Well, let's take a look together. Okay? And we're also going to talk about not a walkabout. Let's take a look at what this is. I actually even did my little animation. Burning up on re-entry. Display stand of the space station, probably. So let's just take a look at this. Is the Sideralis. This is actually a new system. It's not the name of the ship. It's the name of the system. And this will have... Oh, I forgot. It's just going to loop again. That was fun. Now let's go back to more standard stuff. Wasn't that fun? I sure hope so. You're late. It was drinking stout in the garden. Hello, Howard Hottaville 4208. Everyone has numbers now. This is the core Sideralis core module. This is the very bare minimum to make one. It is in multicolor, so it's already set up. And it has little things just like, well, not like how Ben does, how I do. A little bit different. Hey, Doug Jeffries, 1253. This is really fun to me. And in fact, I'm going to switch over. I'm going to show you the... Hello. I'm going to show you all the actual... This is what's printed thus far. I ran out of time, and this is an older part, so just ignore it. I like this color scheme better. So this Sideralis has a little ladder. I switched away from yellow and went to white because it reduces the amount of print time dramatically. I am not a number. I am a real person. Me too. And it has it has these little modules connect together with this thingy, and you have a little door even, which I find oh so fun. I can't wait for someone trying to escape. There are windows and doors available for this. I'll show that on the 3D one. And this, thank you for saying it looks cool, Sugar. These rotate and stay where they're rotated at. It's rather fun to me. I do not like the color yellow. I used gold, I think, and it just doesn't look right. I wish I had used orange or something. So you're only going to move the one in the very center tile, and I can easily do it. I did consider what you said, Blast. I even made a half style one, but the whole point is to have these upper areas and such and make it feel crowded like a space station. Less focus on play, more focus on just the cool factor of having it where you can see. So I can easily move my little mini on this main center strip, and that's all you're really meant to do. The 0G miniatures. You could totally outfit a space laser because this actually uses the standard turret port. I don't actually understand what that is. Eridani. It's Eridani. I don't know. I don't like that it auto translates because it really messes up with talking because you guys use words. It says in the husband's house, but in Eridani. Aerodynamic Corporation is back in with a different time period. It's a pretty fun thing. These are really strong connections. I'm afraid to demonstrate them here. But yeah, you can. That was funny. This stayed together. It was the actual connection to the supporting clip that collapsed. One moment, as I'm going to. That was hilarious. I will later cut that into a short. Good news is nothing was damaged. Just everything split apart. Self-destruct feature. It's an Aerodani special. You're supposed to hit the mic when you do that. Yes. But the good news is nothing got damaged, which is good. I'm looking at everything. The roof was separate, which I'm glad for. Those little ladder things love to just snap off. But as you can see, the actual thing didn't. It comes off here. So this is a very fun, sturdy connection. It's actually not the small peg, but it's a tiny screw. It's the same. It's a similar screw to the ATV, but it's a little bit different size. Aerodynamic requests that some parts be printed with TPU. Let me see if I can jigger this back. Which way do you go? I think you go like here. And then here. Aerodani is known for its explosive ships. Here. I didn't put all the clips in either. Either. And these little grid forge grids, I recommend the tighter ones just slide in before you assemble. It's not self-destruct. It's the Aerodani planned obsolescence subscription service. Yes. This is why I love you guys. And then this goes back over. And I have some fun stuff. Let's go back to the work thing because I just dropped it. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. That was even better than a Starship launch. Oh, okay. I don't have very many clips in it, so it's not very stable. Let's talk about this. There's going to be a stand that I'm actually already printed. I just have to wait for the new part because it connects to a part that's not on this. And it will hold it like this, so the core could have a nice, fun-looking... this Aerodani data center. Durable but cruel jelly. The demo... That was the definition of the demo. Yes. Aerodani is just great. Anyway, this stand's going to... You can put this bigger base on both of them, too. It's just a separate part if you prefer. It's... this is just a fun thing that will hold it up for you, and you can have everything. And it's just a neat little... I think it's neat. Let's now... The wings are cool. And they spin freely. This is the thruster. I wanted to have it done printing, but it's not done. It's nowhere near done. It still has like 300 layers to go. So I'm very unhappy about that. But it has its little... It has RCS thrusters. And you can technically chain them if you really want to. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. I mean, besides the supporting clips, it's not that stable. But my intention was you can just terminate it with these solar panels. And these solar panels are based on real new design ones. They are roll up. They roll up into this, and this is like a flexible tape-like material that goes scoop and scoop like a giant tape measure, full of supporting clips, full of solar panels. Now let's talk about the decor inside. I think, yeah, there's Kaylee. Let's say hi to Kaylee. Why is there no, I thought I had a light in here. Huh. It's weird. Strange that it's doing that. I wonder why it's doing it. It's like acting like it has no power to itself until... I'm just going to go with the fact that I didn't do some things correctly. But there's Kaylee. There will be no docking module. There is a docking collar that you can use to dock with something else that uses... It can dock to any turret ring. And then the other fun area... someone said all my player characters from the jelly alien race anyway, so you're perfectly fine. Let's turn off that and let's use just a nice, easy to see world. This is a fun example of... Sorry, I know I'm going kind of crazy. Let's just hide this. This is a fun example of... I work with a super low poly version. It's actually just this 4,000 triangle version. And it's regenerated back into this higher resolution. Not really, it's just a normal map. Because I don't like to waste render time. So let's talk about some of the interiors. I think some of these are the wrong item. Or have accidentally dropped themselves. This looks like it dropped itself by accident. Let's do closest and there. So there we go. These are some of the interior tiles that you can move around. There's this little padding, which will be... It's going to come with a padding. This storage looking thing that you can store whatever you need. I might even make that... I might adjust that material suggestion to the ivory white. And this one's actually going to be switched to ivory white. I've kind of simplified the printing of it now. So you have a storage lock thingy, a padding, and this is a real style bed from the International Space Station. It is, you put your head in there and you go into the sleeping bag and those little bands to hold you against the wall. And your arms go out the little holes on the sides, left and right. So that you can still, like go out at the elbow, so you could still like hold a book or put your hands over your belly or do other things with it. An open door storage variant. I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, since it's a fake. There's so little space inside. I really can't fit any real. Yeah, it's a cocoon-ish. It still gives you freedom to spread your legs and such and try to get comfortable. And then this is the one of the doors that comes with. It's a very... You've seen this door before. It's had all of its other things removed. It's semiotics. Benjamin very belter. And you can swap this out. You can. This is actually a really fun thing too here. This one is the connection between the two, and it's actually prints. So you can see this part, of course, just splits up. You've seen that earlier, but this is just a friction fit, and it holds in tight. Once you put it in, you're locked in. This is its new life. So I'm excited about that. In fact, I'm going to start showing this one with matte ivory right instead. And finally, the roof. I think we need to show the roof. I'm going to set this up for ivory white. And ivory white for this one. This is actually just to keep it simple. People can... Oh, I accidentally did ivory white on too many things. Anyway, we'll just do this instead. There. Bed with a figure molded into it would totally make a lot of sense, Overhurst. I just don't know what crew would willingly go onto this ship. So it might be one of those Project Hail Mary situations. We'll see. And because they had that horrible scene where everyone was, no spoilers for the movie, but they were all like woken up in these horrifying cocoon-like things, and it was terrible. And they had amnesia. It's the very beginning of the film. And we'll do ivory white. Don't spoil it for anyone though. The Friends of Benjamin and Passengers are possible because I still have the. You have been conscripted, comrade. Exactly. The Friends of Benjamin and Passenger line could possibly have a few added to the bed, or have one for this. I'll have to play and see how that feels. And this is all. It's going to come with one more, which is the monitor. In fact, why don't we make that real quick? And I believe Ben likes it when we use apple green. So we'll do this. And we'll rename this Sideralis monitor. I believe it's apple green. How is everyone doing, by the by? This is meant to not come. It comes with just what you need to do a bare bones version. If people want to do more with it, why is that not correct? Because I had it wrong here. There you go. I was trying to remember what my limit for the height of it is. Gridforge is in the round. Project Servotopia. That sounds like that's a fun name. Kathy votes mining. Kathy goes mining. That makes Blasted's up and not crying. It beats waking up to find your name in the obituaries. Wait, how do you? That does. Never mind. And then, yeah, it's just this is a whole new system for, and there will be more modules later, like T junctions. In fact, and like four-way crosses, four-way junctions. I want to know if that will be a good Friends of Benjamin variant for next month, is to add more ports to the Sideralis. The Sideralis T and four-way junction, and that will be with a roof. I'd love to hear all your thoughts on that. Oh, I was going to show these just slide in and they connect with open supported clips on each end, but you don't even need those holes if you don't want to use them. Completely optional without them. Yeah, and that would be the next month's. That'll be September's Friends of Benjamin variant. What's Ethel the Aardvark? Yes to the T and cross, yeah. Let's do like this. I have a plan. Maybe. This would have to be a Titan gray with apple green for the matte. Oh, I accidentally selected the wrong face. That's why it was doing that weird. Just a little bit of that, and we'll go Titan gray. Though we don't say it in the... Oh no, I messed up. It's okay. I'll just delete this one. John attempts to model. Difficulty impossible. Closest, there we go. And then we'll delete this. And the reason is we're going to later, we want to use this space to connect some things. Let's all J this, there you go. Inner and outer panel and inner grid will start with matching damage decompression blast hole. Ooh. That's an interesting choice, having damage. I need to look up the color options for PLA matte again because I believe apple green is this one. One moment. And there we are. Call it apple green. And this will, I do this as sign method, which is different from how Ben does it, but I find it very easy to work with. What's going on there? Let's do an ingon. It's safer. There we have like some details. What does it do? I don't know. It just exists. Oh goodness. Sure, I'll just see on the Discord someone sliding out of the thing on the stand and just like a giant slide. That's very funny. And that's a reasonable, I believe, approach. To this piece. Now, I could actually put little details of what the screen should show, but I kind of just want to leave it ambiguous because people can then do what they wish with it. That is a good point, Blasted, about having them floating. I don't have a system in place yet, but I want to have one. And I am open to suggestions on that. I believe just maybe, because the question is, do you want people to be able to print them? Or is there an existing just like a hobby, tiny acrylic rods that are cheap and easy to buy? What's the preferred way? Should we make it to where minis with 0G have like a little slot? Where would you put it? You don't want it to look odd, but you could maybe just use like a acrylic rod somewhere into the mini and hold it up that way. I don't know. Or because they're only on the bottom anyway, the clear flight stands used in wargaming. I really don't know what those are. You don't have to explain the reason behind the greebles. That's up to the user to decide. Sometimes you do have to explain them. Like when I'm working on like some things have to make sense. Like I had to say that this is like a power cable. Why is it? How does it work? I don't really know. But that's supposed to be a power cable because there's power coming from this, and it needs to get from there to there. And so I was like, this is something. And then this is like the main gas line. That actually probably would have been better. I don't know. Maybe better to have that be the central line for the power and these be gas lines. I'm really not certain on that. But that's a bad example. Sometimes I make a vent or other thing because I think it's necessary to explain what it is. Like some things are engine cooling areas, stuff like that. And that is all the greebles I intended to make. transparent acrylic flight stands, but then the choice of where to glue it to the mini is up to the end user, which might be better. I mean, perhaps sometimes you want to have you paint it up, and sometimes you want it facing this way, paint it up, and sometimes you want to face it this way. You just can use blue tack mounting putty. Yeah, that makes sense. Oof, I just got a possible job for hundreds of minis. Let's talk about another fun thing, though. They have a round top. That's fine. I think Blue Tack can do it for now. Many modern action figures come with a stand. It's like a U-shaped. Make a printable version of a small stand as a U-shaped section, and then the figure's torso like snaps to it, I'm guessing. And that's still printable. I think that's a reasonable idea. Do you have to try to make it as generic as possible, work with as many miniatures, or do you make it to where each mini has its own clip? Thank you, Shadow. You did order those. You've I appreciate that. Oh, thank you. And the funny thing is, Sergal actually has a way better printer than I do. Well, actually, I feel real bad right now because the heat, I think, causes a problem, and the cold causes a problem for resin printing. Ben says hi. He doesn't understand how I can keep the two things going at once, but I'm very bad at it. I'm looking at the Discord. I'm seeing the stands. I see the slide, which made me laugh. I'm seeing the horrible break. And I like how it auto-translated hi Ben to hello Ben, because hi evidently needs now to be translated. Is there a way to turn off translations? I do not need translations. I do find it funny that hi is no longer recognized as an English word. That's absurd. Yeah. Generic works best? Yeah. Oh yeah, some folks prefer to use non-Second Dynasty minis, like the amazing work by That Blasted Camouflage. I wonder where I could look up more things. I've always wanted to print some non-humanoid aliens. Well, that's not entirely true. Blasted actually has done some really good humanoid style. It's interesting. I don't fully understand I was about to use the wrong word. Not the word appeal. I don't understand, like everyone's a human, and like Star Trek, almost everyone's human because it's the cheapest way to do something, but in the animation ones, then you have all these crazy cool aliens, but you never get to see them. So Blast is like the animated series of aliens, is how I put it. I keep all my printers in a negatively pressured space. However, allegedly, Hey Gear's new printer, the G1X, which we're not endorsing, not sponsored, we are buying one. Well, Second Dynasty is considering getting one, not me. I might get one if I make lots and lots of extra money somehow. But it's allegedly safe to print in a home because it has its own filter and does its own thing, and it doesn't print the same way liquid resin prints. The liquid resin's trapped. It's being jetted out of a print head and immediately being cured. I don't know if I completely believe them. I do have some concerns because I think there has to be some level of exposure to, and the filter has to be replaced with a good schedule, and you need sensors still. But you get it. I just don't know if I can trust them because, like, a lot of people show resin printers, even just regular resin printers, printing in like an open room, and that's clearly not okay to me. All right. I have stat here and just read chat. Yeah. You get it because you need to have a negatively pressured space. There's this creator who talked about how they had to make something safe, and they couldn't vent outward, so they built this custom bookcase, and they were talking about how safe this is. And I was looking at it, watching it, and doing the quick math, and they've made actually a positively pressured space, because the moment you run a fan inside of an enclosed space, you are creating a pressure zone on all the joints of that wooden cabinet. And it's going to slowly leach out from that room, even if there's going through a filter over and over again inside that circular wooden cabinet. It's not airtight, so it will slowly leach out that stuff. And if you had a bird or something, it would kill the bird. Yeah, I don't know if I completely trust it myself either. I'm willing to wait to reservations. I have testers that I use to determine how dangerous something is, and certain things are way more dangerous than you realize. I'm sending to Ben that he asked me. Um, what I'm now getting another message. I'm a bit confused now because I don't. Okay, I'm very confused because people are sending me Discord messages about I said something to the effect of chewing out Silverhurst. I thought I'd chewed out Blasted Samo, but okay. Uh, the testers also double as aerodynamic customers, willingly or not. We'll find out. But I want to talk about the G1X. Yeah, you're not keeping the bird in the cabinet, of course, but since it's a positively pressured cabinet, it's going to leach out no matter what. You want a negatively pressured cabinet, so the air is always being drawn into it. And the only way to do that is to vent out to the outside space somewhere away, and that's why you need the fan and the tube. Oh, I need a toilet! That is such a good point. I do need a toilet. Let's make a toilet, because we always have to make toilets. Or at least a diaper change station. I don't know how a toilet would work in space, so let's explore that. It's a vacuum that goes to... Let's... I don't want to think about that. A zone with a slight negative. Man, you guys do not forget stuff. It's kind of scary. It's kind of weird, my search history now. I'm gonna look up International Space Station toilet. What does the toilet look like on that? Would you lose your parts? Oh, just put a link into it that I have never thought I'd be sharing, but here we are. The one time you want fresher air. You guys are going too fast now for me. I'm trying to read this as I'm looking up. Let's see. 23. Oh, what is this? What is this horrifying device? I do not like this. We're going to do... So Aerodyne is going to assume everyone is able to squat. Let's do a circle. 32 is just fine for what we're doing. we'll just, oh, I shouldn't do the O thing yet. This should be done first. In fact, I messed this up. I should do it this way. We're gonna do as, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Maybe something like that. Effect only connected. Loose in space. Lose in space. You need the handles. I'm a bit confused, but we'll go with it. And then we will go to maybe this, and then there. See that's gonna work. It doesn't need to be a complete, it just needs the idea of what's happening. And we will go to use the loop tool, edit loop circle, because it helps the people's brains to see a circle. And we'll stop somewhere right there. Should we go inside the tile a little bit? Maybe. I don't have much space here. We're gonna join everything up in a moment. Just I need to be careful how much space I go through. Yeah, that's good enough. It just needs to look the part. And then here's a neat little trick you can do. You can actually tell this to bridge for you, and when you do the bridge edge loops, you can just specify a number of cuts, and it will create a attempt at a blend path. But I don't love that. In fact, I'm fine with that. And then the toilet needs, I guess there's a toilet, there's not a real toilet seat. I'm gonna go with like 0.03, 0.03. I do 0.03 a lot. I find it's a nice compromise. This will be a multi-part, multi-color item. And then there is something is over here. I have no idea what this is. Yes, this will be one of those simple color change by layer ones. It's the ESS, the Eridani Space Station, the liquid for your Waterloo, the Bat Sitter. You could not, I guess you could make a very poor copy of the ISS here. That's a large lever. I'm thinking about maybe this like a I'm not exactly sure yet, but it's gonna be something. In fact, we can just do ivory right here. And I'm trying to actually avoid any complicated cuts. There we go. I'm going to add hand rolls. If you're and how does this toilet work? You're asking too many questions. It does its job. Wave vigorously. Polo mitts. The 3C. Oh. Why do we know? Why does almost everyone know that 3 seashells thing? It's kind of strange to me that we all know it, even though none of us, like, I've never watched the movie, but I know that joke from it. It's like you can get away from all these other things, but that joke you're gonna know. And we'll let this be the bridge edge loop. It's the right level inscrutable. ESS minus ESB. What is that? I don't understand any people. Let's move the toilet forward. And then this will need to go out again. That can be removed. In this normal state of affairs. Stalin? Who's Stalin? Some of those helpers to contribute a single pop culture reference to the masses. I really do not know what you guys talk about, but I'm just glad to be here with you all. And let's add, we need little handle rails. I'm trying to think about what I can do to make handles. Flip. Why can I not select this face? It just doesn't want to be selected right now. Okay, that is good. I think I just need to select this piece and temporarily separate it so I can, oh, I should have my screencast keys turned on, shouldn't I? There. Almost never think about them. You mean number 2 dynasty? Has more. Can you name another that has more 3D printable toilet pieces? We have ones with articulated lids. Why are we so fascinated with toilets? We do not know. 0.04 is the minimum. 8 is preferred. It's actually a double wall now. This is something I wish Ben would do more often. Double walls print easier on more printers. Let's do 0.012. In fact, we're going to do a mirror command. We'll select it to here. Set origin to that, and then we'll add a mirror because I don't want to do this extra work. Okay. Thank you for humoring this bizarre stream. Then this will go away. This, of course, needs to be set to the matte ivory white. This is to make it to where the automated color changer is already set up for me. And then we'll do 0.4. We'll turn that off. 0.34. Actually, that's kind of ugly. Man, this is really turning into something horrible. No print place articulable lid. We don't have a print in place one. We do have one that you print. Can print. It's just a collection of all. For the next April Fools, make a collection of all just the toilets. I think that's a reasonable request. Why is it doing that? Is there some hidden vertices I don't see? Oh, you are not... you are not what's the word? Normal. And this. And this will do okay. In fact, let's take this one here just for extra stability for when it prints. Do I want a subdivision surface? I'm just thinking about how I could solve this differently. I think the geometry is bad. The geometry is bad, actually. It's really bad. Let's make the geometry better. It's weird what takes more time for me is the just the toilets. We're the number one in the 3D printed 2D business. To business. Oh dear. I am causing quite a flux of people. I'm sorry. I'm actually still thinking about what did I say to offend somebody. I never mean to offend. I just do. Well, it's not true. Sometimes I do actually try to offend people. But that's pretty rare nowadays. I've gotten better at not doing that. We'll do apply and join. There, that is our space toilet. This is, I think this is reasonable. This is it's a toilet. And then we're going to use I really wish Ben has made his own little tools to find errors in his code. But I wish he would just use I wish he would learn Blender, because it's so much easier to do this stuff in it. I think I should actually bevel this. I think that just looks better. Yeah. Let's take a look at it. There. Kaylee's ready to go. I would probably spin this. Something else. Ooh. Who mentioned extras equipment? That is a good point. I need to write that down. 1 second. Exercise equipment. And Silverhurst, I want to apologize to you for I do want to apologize to you, just because I think something got misdirected to you, and I was trying to attack someone else. So I do hope you can accept my apology. It looks like an injection seat. It is an injection seat, but not in the one direct. It's not a injection seat in the normal direction, in the standard way. Oh, that is a dry. That's a regular dry erase marker. Sorry. A kitchen, so you can actually use regular grid forge full height on one tile, then you have to use 4 tiles for the rest. I would probably spin this is with unclear is pretty bad. So I'm going to take a break from this one. These are great suggestions. They take longer though. That's the only problem. And I just want, this will be reasonable enough to, oh, that's a good point. It's a bit big for the model. You are correct. Let's do a shrinky dink. Let's choose a plane. I'm going to use this plane here. And we will go, actually we'll go, that is too big for the model. I should have chested that before I ran ahead. We will use this shrinky dink tool. Shrink by 3D cursor. Do we have a seated pose? This is going to be terrible. Do we have a seated pose? So you can spin the other way, so you can with the bants, the chats are being saved for the floor show. Ooh, we should stagger which one it is on the elevated one. We have seated pose for the crew series. I'm afraid of what that would look like. Let's just see. Let's bring up Jade seated. I forget what Jade looks like even. I know who Jade is. So we're going to, I do this all the time because I don't like to look at them when I'm working with them. I do an extreme decimate down. Something like that's a little too much information. There. I just don't want to see them. Though there is a Captain Ben. I should have done Captain Ben. Ugh, now I'm disappointed. Okay, there you go. That is a little too big still, but I'm glad someone brought it up because a gigantic toilet is on brand for what I do sometimes. I think the toilet's still too big. We'll do a shrink by this. You don't realize how small toilets are. In fact, we can actually make this one bigger, whatever this is. And we can bring these forward. And tardigrade, what's tardigrade? Wait, is this a new idea? A tardigrade bin? Like a Benjaminin that's also a tardigrade? Ooh, I could ask Blasted if I can get permission to use his, oh no, that's Traveler. Ah, we can't use it because it's Traveler. Because we don't want to pay the licensing fee. I have to make a tardigrade a new tardigrade. But that would have been so fun to have a tardigrade one. So there, that is, yeah, you totally, that's a completely usable seat. A little low, but I don't think that horribly low. In fact, we will We will move all of these. We'll move all of these. Actually, no. It's better to be. This is about. It's about 17 and 19 inches tall. Nephilim scale toilet. I just saw that. He looks. Cervix. Oh dear goodness, no. Oh no 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 no. This chat is cursed. You are all cursed people. So you said 17 and 19 inches. What would that be in? So I'm going to go with 19 times 2.54 divided by 59, which is 0.81. So this should be 0.81 by the time it gets to this top of the seat. 0.66. So it's a little on the low side, but you also said it was. I can't work in that measurement. 17 times 2.54 divided by 59. That's 0.73 on the low end, and we are 0.66. So 0.73. That will be that's our new goal. So we will now do that one. 0.73. And that just needs to be close enough. See? Can we have debris to go on those transparent? You're all cursed, but you're laughing, yes. Oh dear goodness. Also, this is a very uncomfortable toilet. I just realized that. I did not make this in any way ergonomic. It just kind of does its own thing. Because don't toilets do this? I don't know if they do, but it sure seems like they do. We're actually going to rectify this real quick. Oh, we're creating some really bad geometry. I just realized that. We're going to take this one, and we're going to edit circle. It's somewhere under edit, I think. View item. Where's edit? Oh, I just didn't see it. There, that looks more right. We just spent so much time making a toilet. We've spent the whole hour making this one little toilet. But now it's ADA compliant. Rectify is not a toilet. Now you're giving astronomical units? I don't know how to... it's a branded toilet but with a 10-degree forward incline. Oh, that sounds horrible. Ooh. I feel like we could do like one more unknown object over here. I feel like it would not be unreasonable to do like a smaller canister that is not explained. This canister is vital. It does a function. What function does it do? It does the thing. There's no back on this toilet. I feel that there should be a square thing. This feels bizarre. Let's do a square thing. Yes, the square thing is what this has been desperately needing. And then this needs its own little set of greeble thingies. Yes, this is what was very much needed. You just didn't even know. It's something you have to clean. This is its entire function is to add a bunch of nooks and crannies you have to clean later if something goes wrong. There's no phone holder. Biomass converter for the kitchen. That is horrible. Shell holder. Yes, it's the shell holder. Hostile architecture. Yes. Oh yeah, it's designed to dairy. Okay. 1 second. We can do some low poly work here. This is a completely normal object. This is not cursed. These are vital functions of the toilet. This could be the housing for the dilithium batteries. Okay, sure, we'll go with that. Yeah. I think we all can agree on how this works now. This is a completely sensical and logical bit of equipment. And then we have to end the stream in a bit because I'm running out of time. I want to see if this can do this for me. I was told you can do it this way, but I've almost never used this function. I was told you can do bridge edge loops with this cut here, and it will create an attempt to, but it's a little too tight, I think. Let's give it a little more space. I was told this works. We'll go with it. And we'll just make that tight and gray. This is too much detail for something that people aren't going to even pay attention to. And then we'll do this. We'll go do. Actually, let's do this like that. It doesn't need that. It can just do this. What does it do? It collects something. Just a vent. Yes. Since it's an Eridani module, the suction does probably just vent to the outside. I do need to delete that internal geometry. So in fact, I will actually do that properly. I just am kind of lazy. Let's do this correctly. There's a difficult way to do this and an easy way. So which way do you think I'm going to do? That's right, the easy way. If you take these and split them, then make this, then take this one and put that. Then you can Boolean join them. Actually, we should do it slightly different than that. We should do. You need a bit of an overlap. That will work. And then you tell it to Boolean add these together. Ooh, what's wrong? Oh, this doesn't have a, this is not manifold. So you can only do this when they're manifold. And there, that should give us good enough geometry. See? Good enough. It's called Eridani for a reason. It's a pipe. And we'll make those actually siltine gray. That way it's not, it's a more hidden joke. The Eridani way. Yeah, and that is understandable enough for the computer to solve without supports. And what amount? There we go. That is everything. This is the toilet. We have done so much on just toilets. I want to thank you for coming by, but we still have people. So I want to show you one more thing. We're going to take a moment to pause. The Sideralis core, Sideralis is the line. This is the core module product. Will be released to the tribe next week. I really wanted to be done this week, but I'm not done. We're also going to be working on the. We're also going to be working. Yeah, thanks for the John. Thanks, Doug. The Grid Forge release is going to come out, and it's going to be, what was it going to be again? Oh yeah, it's going to be the entrance to a like underground cave. That's a civilization that grows their caves and lives in them. No miniatures, just the cave system, and it's going to be an 8x8 opening area. I'm actually going to simplify a little bit. It's a whole Eridani prison module. Yeah, you could totally make a prison module. Now let's talk about what people are getting for the right now in the tribe. This is already out. This is a redo in full color. Someone complained about there's too many colors in this, and they're right. There is too many colors for current printers, but the intention is you can turn off colors or merge them in Orca Slicer to get it down to the number of colors you support. Like I would merge the yellow with that yellow. Maybe remove the reds and the greens and just do them as the yellow and then paint them to the reds and greens, stuff like that. But it's a really fun little zoop zop. And all the little tires spin. It's out right now for Friends of Benjamin and variant. And is there anything else? Oh yes! Let's talk about something coming. And it's the new full color miniatures. When you're going to get them, we don't know yet. But these are so fun to look at. They are designed for the Hay Gears G1X, and it's not out yet, so we don't know exactly how they're going to look, but we're hopeful that this can look pretty good. And if we're wrong, man, this is a lot of time spent. Even if it's also great for marketing. So this is just the delivery cap from Kaioshineko. Nemesis cats, yes. And I need to do the box. I really need to paint this box. And I want to show you also Duchess Delphine. Can you... Oh, you can see that. One moment. We're going to go to... Just one second. I don't want you seeing all the other really files yet. So I'm going to do this way. And here we get a very scary close-up. Don't mind her. This is Duchess Delphine. I actually UV unwrapped them on a super low poly mesh. This is really low poly. Oh, I accidentally didn't paint all of that. Oh well, not my problem. After I'm done UV painting that, I then use the modifiers of subdivision and shrink wrap. Subdivision, not Catmull Clark, but simple, because it creates, I've noticed if I do, actually let's try camel clock, and it might freeze my machine, we'll see. I don't think it will make a better look though. No, in fact it doesn't look any better. We'll stay with simple. It then regenerates everything, and we have an easy to paint, low poly model that translates information over back, and this is the original model, of course. And this took about 30 minutes to UV unwrap in low poly mode, and then we moved it over to, and then we have to paint it, of course. We'll see how it goes, but I'm excited for it. I'm hoping that the printer can do a great job. We'll wait and see if it's as dusty and as weird, strange looking as some people have shared with us. I'm a bit wondering if some of that is lack of post-processing or bad settings, or something else that we're not yet aware of, and that we can, as you play with it, we'll learn more. We would love to also create the 28, the little, what's it, the, not 28 millimeter, but the 270 and the tactical. They should be, but they're not. It's just a quick, I just colored it by the island. So this island belongs to this one, this island belongs to that one. That was just doing a really quick color job to help make the islands clear and obvious which one's which. That's all it was for. But yeah, I thought that's a pretty fun way of doing it. It's so much faster. It's actually faster to UV unwrap this really basic model than it is to just, and then restructure it back into this, than it is to UV unwrap the high poly model. It just takes a lot of effort to UV unwrap these things. And I thought that was kind of absurd. I thought you would like to hear that. Oh, thank you everyone for coming for the stream. Be well, eat some fruit. I'll see you all next Friday. Hopefully next Friday, of course, the Sideralis will be released on the tribe. Please join our tribe. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Anything else I'm forgetting? There's no Kickstarters going on that we're promoting. And we do have an upcoming campaign, but let Ben talk about that when he gets back. I'll see you all another time. I guess I'll see you all next week. Ciao.